aka Eileen Littlecroft, the additional information for arts class and everything in between, and my Little Crafter show, which is on YouTube. All that good information can be found on my website, eileenthelittlecrafter.com. Alrighty, guys. So today I'm going to be doing my 2017 fall anime review. I know that in the beginning, I told you guys which ones I wanted to watch, and now I would dwindle them down to just a couple of anime. The first up is basically on Funimation. It's D. Gray Man. You guys know that I love D. Gray Man, and they have season 1. They have the Hollows episodes, so I think 107 or 117, and then they have what they're calling season 2, but I think it's really season 3. Not 100% sure on that one. They have it up to episode 77, and that's where they left it off. They said it will be coming back this year, in 2018, but not sure when that will be happening. During this time, Alan Walker and his compatriots basically are going to Edo, Japan, and along the way they basically lose some supporting characters. And I think maybe a main character too. I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, guys, so what happens during this episode is basically a lot of fighting going on, and Alan Walker loses his innocence, and there is a huge journey about that. Lena Lee and the rest of the gang have to keep going to Edo, and they have to fight their own battles in that area, while Alan is still trying to come to grips about who and what and why he's an exorcist and all this other internal struggles, and is doing a lot of training over there. Lena Lee and a bunch of other people over there are basically fighting their struggles, and they are trying to find General Cross, and it's a really interesting journey, and they meet up, and now they're together and they're fighting on the arc, and so the last scene was of Kanda fighting one of the, I think they call the apostles. So yeah, or no, excuse me, Noah. Sorry, one of the Noahs, and so that's the way they left it. So it should be really interesting. I'm super excited for that one to come back. I love that anime. It's just really cool. So, anyways, the other anime that I was watching was Garo: The Vanishing Line. I do have to say that the one thing that turns me off about this anime is that I think that Sword is overly I don't think he's overly the top, but I just don't like the fact that he basically praises boobs. He does this thing with his hands every time he sees women with big boobs. So that's the only other thing that I can say that I don't like about this anime, but I do like the story. I think that it's pretty good. It has basically these demons that they call haras that affect humans, and it's their job to, the knights, basically they have like 3 knights to stop the haras and keep the human race safe. Well, during this process of that, they bump into a little girl who is an orphan, who is looking for El Dorado because her brother, one day on her brother's computer, that word was there. He was vanished. She's looking for him. And along the way, she meets Sword, and they are now going to the town of El Dorado. There's a lot more going on, but I don't want to spoil it for you guys. So it's just really a good thing. If you guys watch it, because I don't want to spoil it. But it's, other than, like I said, the big boob thing, it really is a good anime. That's why I kept on watching it, and it has 12 episodes, and I also believe that it's on Funimation as well. I will have a blog post either up today or tomorrow about where you can find it at. What's next? Battlefield Blockade 3. Honestly, guys, I did not think that this was going to come back. With that being said, I kind of feel like not missing the mark. They did add a lot of new characters, and you got to see a lot more, I believe, more of the story of who they are behind the scenes and somewhat. And there were some episodes that had a little bit more episodes to them, so it was like a little mini series within a series. So I think that was pretty clever. and they left it where I think that Steven, he comes back, and that's how they ended. And I'm like, what's going on? Are you guys coming back for season 4? And I love the fact that they gave you a little bit of insight into Leo, and I think her name is Michelle, his little sister, basically. How they give you an insight into that type of their relationship, and why he's doing what he does, in terms of, because he's just this guy that basically he gets robbed, he gets beat up, and yeah, so he doesn't really have fighting powers. He does have these all-seeing eyes, and he's really valuable to the team, and they really value him. So you also got to see a little bit of that, which was also cool. So you got to see that, and I think that it was really cool. So yeah, so now I'm actually hoping that they come back for a season 4. I do know that they have season 1 and 2. I gotta double check to see whether or not season 2 is definitely up on Funimation. Sorry about that. A little bit of a tickle in the throat. Alrighty, so next up is The King's Game. I'm gonna save my best one for last. The King's Game. The King's Game, oh my goodness. If you don't like gory blood and somewhat guts, I mean, they try to tone it down a little bit, and there are certain situations where things happen where their order is actually you don't actually see it, but you do know what's happening. So it's kind of like, oh my goodness, are they really gonna do it? Yeah, do it. So they do have to have sex, but you don't see it. It's just, I don't know, like, the king's orders are absolute, and if you don't do it, you get killed. And so during the first game that he played, and the main character, he figures out that there's a pattern, there's something there to try and stop the game, and there was another player there who played the King's Game, and she basically realized in her mind that the only way to play the King's Game was that what is that? She had to basically become ruthless in the second one to become, the survivor. And I think she was ruthless in the second one as the first one as well, but not 100% sure. They didn't really get into much detail of that. And she was also part of the village, but she was a baby. And the main character had a girlfriend, and that was her sister. They were twins. They were separated, and so they were from that village. But in that village, how they got the message was through letters. So nobody really knows who's sending these messages, and it's just really sick and twisted, and the ending was just so messed up. I was like, really, really, just so mad. It really upset me. I don't know, it just really, really upset me. So yeah, this one is definitely not for the kiddies. I would definitely give it a rating of a mature rating, I think. I know maybe 17, 18, but yeah, so I definitely wouldn't recommend it for anybody younger than that. Alrighty, so moving right along, the anime that I really enjoyed watching, love the scenery, the story, just everything about it just made me really, really fall in love with this anime. This was like my favorite anime to watch, and that was The Ancient Mariner's Bride. I just love everything about it. Just everything worked for me. Just this anime was basically about a young girl who, what they call her is a slave beggar. Basically, she is like the queen bee like honey to all these magical creatures that want to do things for her, and sometimes it turns out that they accidentally do the wrong things. In their mind, they're trying to help the queen bee and to please her so that they can get noticed by her, but it always turns out to be not always, but sometimes it turns out to be the wrong thing. And she was bullied as a child. She lost both of her parents. Her mother killed herself right in front of her face. And she also tried to kill her, but then she stopped and committed suicide. So she gets bought in this, because she was about to kill herself. She said, she made the pact that she was going to be sold in this magical auction, and she gets bought by Elias. And he's a very mysterious, kind of cold-hearted, but seems to be having some feelings at the same time, trying to understand humans. And they go about this journey, this magical journey of her learning magic and how to protect herself. And she gets a familiar. Love Ruth. I think that the dog is so cute. He's a human as well. I don't know if he's human or just a magical creature, but he's awesome. And there's a bunch of other characters, a bunch of other awesome stories. I love the fact. My favorite episode, I think, was when they met the fairy queen, Catania. Oh my goodness, just everything about that scene was just so beautiful and so amazing. It just was a really, really awesome episode. And so that is also on Funimation. I actually watched both of them, actually, because I love the voice characters. And the English version, it kind of gives a little different feel. And the Japanese version is just as good. Because Elias actually lives in England, so they have an actor with kind of like an English accent. I think they were from England. So it's really, really cool. I like it. I really did like it. So I would definitely recommend watching either one. It would be awesome. But just watch it. Just definitely watch it. And I think it's huge for everybody. The other anime that I love that I didn't think that was kind of, I don't know. I didn't think I was going to like it. But at first, I was interested about a boy who, moves into a apartment. I thought it was maybe possibly a horror story. Gave it a shot. And I just found myself falling in love with it. The Elegant Yokai Apartment was something to definitely watch. The main character basically loses both his parents. He basically is trying to find his way through life, and him and his best friend, they help each other out. Now he has a bunch more people to lean on from the Elegant Yokai Apartment complex, and they treat him like family, and that's what they are. They're family, and it's a really fun and great anime. Slice of life. It has some situations, not drama situations, and yes, it's really, really fun, and I think that it's a very enjoyable, cute little anime that has 26 episodes. They just did a holiday one, and I don't know if it's coming back for, I think that's already 2 seasons, so who knows if it's going to be back for a 3rd season. I hope it will be. I think that there's a lot more stories there to be told, and was there anything else that I was watching? Nope, I think that's a wrap about it. If I think of anything else, I will definitely let you guys know in the blog post, like I said, either today or tomorrow. And wow, I can't believe it. Alright, so what am I looking forward to 2018? So of course Netflix is going to be huge this year for me. I am definitely looking forward to Castlevania and the 7 Deadly Sins. I'm also definitely looking forward to Card Captors Clear. Like, that's just like right on top of my list. I know there's a bunch of new anime that are coming out, but these are the ones that I'm really honestly looking forward to. I don't know if Stray Dogs is going to be out this year or this summer. What else am I looking forward to? Actually, there was one anime that I forgot to mention that I watched during the fall. It's called Zodiac Wars. Basically, it's about different types of... I don't know if they... It looks like they run off the Asian zodiac symbols. Like the tiger, the boar, the I didn't know that they had Gemini. I thought it was snakes, but they have like the twins, Gemini, basically there's two snakes. The boar, the ram, the rat, the monkey, the horse, and the bunny. So this one basically is a tournament that's held within these families, and they represent each of these zodiac symbols, and the winner basically gets gets one wish. Anything they wish for is whatever their little heart desires they get. So the winner of the tournament this year, honestly, I was surprised as get out. It's kind of on the gory side. I didn't think that they got into too much detail of who else. The two characters that I really wish they had more detail about. Honestly, I wish they had more detail about what was it? Was that the boar or, oh my goodness, or the ram? I can't remember. No. Was it sheep or the ram? Anyways, one of them, I think, was boar. No, not the boar. The boar that had an engine. One character in particular, I can't remember his name. I can't remember his zodiac symbol. Anyways, well, there was one. He's kind of just like a Spaniard. And he has like horns in his head. I wish they had a more of his story. The rat, I wish they had more of his story, and the bunny. So those were the three characters that I really wish that had more of a whatchamacallit, like a little bit of a backstory. They gave a backstory to a couple of them here and there, but yeah, and I kind of wish the dog had a little bit more of a backstory. But, yeah. Or what's he called, the wolf? I can't remember. Anyway, so yeah, so that was the other one that I recommend. Do I recommend it for younger audience? No, I would say 16, 17, my cap on that one, just due to the blood and the gore. You don't really see much, but, depending on parents, it is what it is. So yeah, so that one's a really good one. I don't know if they're gonna have another one. And the other thing is, what else? Okay, so basically, am I 100% done? I think so. I 100% think so. Like I said, what I'm looking forward to 2017, my high on the list is card captures. I'm hoping that maybe the Ancient Mariner Bride comes back for the winter season. That would be awesome. No word on that yet. Don't know when 7 Deadly Sins and Castlevania will be out on Netflix. So thank you guys so very much. I hope that you all have a happy new year. May all your wishes, dreams, and resolutions come true. Again, thank you so very much for listening, everyone from here to the States and abroad. You guys are awesome, amazing. Thank you so much. And if you've enjoyed this podcast, please give it, any type of like, whether it's a heart, star, you know what to do. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them down below. Or you can always email me. My email address is Eileen@eileenlittlecarrotha.com. Thank you for listening. Bye for now.